Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. Joining me right here today is Keith McLoughlin. Keith, how are you?
How you doing? How's it going? Good to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you as well. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about you and how you got started in music?
Well, I'm from Dublin in Ireland, and it's a bit of a long story, but I suppose I always wanted to get into radio, and then I always liked music, and since I was a teenager, I was always writing lyrics. Um, I started in the last couple of years writing melodies. I don't play an instrument, so I have a lot of singer-songwriter friends here in Ireland, and even during the COVID period, I got the chance to write lots of songs with different artists and managed to create an album. And I did a load of singles and then put them all together on an album there, which I just released on the 5th of January. So yeah, that's what I come on to talk about, I suppose. And yeah, there's one or two kind of country songs in there, one or two kind of pop songs there too. So there's a real mix, I suppose, in the album, and I even get to sing on three of the songs as well. But the rest of the songs on the album are there's all different artists from Ireland on it as well. So um, if anyone wants to check it out, it's Keith McLoughlin and Guests. The Collaborations is the name of the album, and it's up on Bandcamp and it's up on various sites as well, so you can have a look anyway.
That's wonderful. Now, Keith, for anybody that wants to get into the music industry, what advice would you give them?
Um, I suppose just go for it. I suppose. I think the best thing to do is try and go to open mic singer songwriter nights, mix with people, get to know people. It's funny because like when you start out in music, you might only know one or two people in music, but it has a bit of a snowball effect because if you go to a gig, you'll meet three or four people. They'll tell you about gigs that are going on somewhere else, or they'll tell you where they recorded their music, or how they get it up on Spotify. Or so there's a great community in the music industry in terms of helping each other out and stuff. And like even one of my friends, Grace O'Donnell, she's living in Nashville, and like she's now working in TuneCore, who distribute music to Spotify and iTunes and all that as well. So she's really great, and she's helped me out with writing some songs, and um, she also helps artists get their music up onto TuneCore. If there's any problems, they can go to her. And I've had the situation where I've actually sent people to her to help them to get her to help them out if they have any issues as well. So um, yeah, I think it's great if you can collaborate, meet people, um, even on social media as well, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. If you can get in touch with other musicians, if you want to try and write with them, I encourage people to try and do that. You might ask 100 people and they might all say no, but there will be somebody that will say yes. I will write with you. I will collaborate with you. You'll eventually get there, and it can be tough because I know I've spent years writing lyrics and stuff, and it took me a long time to actually get to do the first song. But once you get to do the first song, then it becomes much easier, and you learn what you need to do and stuff.
Absolutely, Keith. It's something that you have to kind of build towards, and it's not an easy industry.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely tough, all right. But you'll get so many knockbacks, but if you stick with it, it will eventually pay off, and all your hard work will come will come in the end. You'll get rewarded in some way.
So, Keith, what do you like doing outside of music? Do you have any hobbies, interests, anything like that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm big into sport. Um, I like playing football, 5-a-side or 6-a-side Astro. Um, I like watching snooker. Um, we have Gaelic and hurling in Ireland as well. I like a bit of that, and that could be interesting to watch. I don't know how you all feel in America about watching Irish sports, but I'm sure some Americans do come over and they do embrace it as well. I think the the Gaelic and the hurling.
For me, I'm not really sure because I'm not really into sports that much. But I mean, I would imagine they would love to come to Ireland to see that. I think it would definitely be one of the things that I would like to do is go to Ireland. I've never been there before. How is it living there? How do you like it?
Um, yeah, it's. How do I describe Ireland? I mean, a lot of us say that we have the best weather in the world, but like I don't mean that in I don't mean that in a good way or a bad way, but like we don't have like major earthquakes or thunderstorms or um, flash floods or things like that. Well, we have got some flooding and like places like Cork and stuff sometimes get bad flooding, but like even like we don't get dramatically hot or dramatically cold. It happens very rare. Do you know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
think the weather in Ireland is it's kind of the one way all year round. I mean, obviously, we're in the winter here; it's still a bit cold,
Yep.
um, but like it doesn't go dramatically minus very often. And then in the summer, there we got a couple of days where it was 30 degrees, but that's a freak thing. It doesn't really happen. If you get 20 odd degrees in the summer and then you get, I don't know, single figure degrees in the winter, that's whereas sometimes I think, especially in different parts of the states, that the weather is pretty dramatic
Mm-hmm.
between getting snow for a couple of months of the year and then getting a massive heat wave with um with 30, 40 degree heat. I know you guys have the Fahrenheit, so that's 100 degrees or whatever. So um but yeah, there's I think in Ireland everything is kind of near each other. It's not so far because we're a small country as well. So
Yeah.
um there is a great there's a great music scene here. You can go to lots of gigs most nights of the week, and there's sport on and different things and theatre and whatnot. So um yeah, life's good over here. I suppose it's different. I suppose. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of tourists and stuff as well, and they enjoy Ireland. It does. I think it does rain a lot in Ireland, so that's probably the downside to the weather, but nothing too extreme.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where, it's really interesting to hear that because, here the weather's so unpredictable. I mean, it depends on where you are in the States, like you said, but here in Massachusetts, where I am, New England can be like, 1 minute it could be like super nice out. Well, like, during the winter, typically maybe like 40s, 50s. And then the next day, it's like super cold. And I just found out that this week, the rest of the week is going to be like in the negative 30s. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. Like, no, I don't want that. So it's totally unpredictable. So it's nice to hear that you guys gonna have like that predictable weather. That's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I think um, it is predictable in terms of like the temperature, but there is unpredictability with it as well, I suppose, because
Mm-hmm.
we do get we can get days where it rains for 10 minutes and then it's sunny, then it's something else. We've had hailstones, we can get things like that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we do get a mix of stuff, but generally, like, um, we don't get extreme, when I mean extreme stuff, where you get like, earthquakes and uh, volcano eruptions. There's nothing like that in Ireland. So there's nothing, you know, um, you're pretty safe um, a lot of the times, Um, but I think flooding is a problem. I think that's globally. Flooding is a problem,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
especially in lower level lands and stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm. So Keith, if people want to learn more about you, where can they find you?
Um, well, yeah, I have a couple of things. I'm all over. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If they want to search for Keith McLoughlin, I have. If they want to follow my music, I'm on facebook.com/Keith McLoughlin Music Management, and you can see um, you can see all the music that I've released, and I also help other artists with their PR, helping them get
Hmm.
their songs played on radio and stuff as well. So I do help artists with that. I run a singer-songwriter night in my local pub in Brady's in Terranure in Dublin. The Brady Sessions, there's a Facebook page for that, and we also have a thing called the Songwriter Club, which is a meetup group. If people in the music industry want to come along to that as well, there's the Songwriter Club page on Facebook. We also have a group in Cork. They meet regularly and stuff as well. So we try to have guest speakers from different parts of the industry to come and chat with us about what's going on in the music industry, how they can help you, whether it's recording, how to sign up for royalties. We cover lots of different topics and stuff as well to help artists out who maybe start now who don't have all the knowledge of the music industry. So we cover all of that when we're doing the Songwriter Club and stuff as well. So we have a couple of kind of different projects going as well. And I do radio presenting here in Dublin as well. So I'm on Dublin Set FM on Sunday nights here in Ireland as well. So I do a bit of a mix show. We have a live session with a band or a singer songwriter, and then we play some of the local artists and stuff as well. So we try to cover a mix on. I try to cover a mix on the radio show and stuff as well. And I know yourself, you probably get submissions from all over the world, sending you music and stuff for your show then as well.
Oh, absolutely, dozens. And I send out emails for artists. Artists send emails to me. There's always emails going around, Keith. I don't think that's not gonna stop. I get a bunch. Like sometimes it's like I get so far behind, I just have to like recheck myself and be like, did I talk to this person yet, or did I do this for this person? It can get crazy. That's for sure.
You sometimes kind of have to keep a notebook of where
Yeah,
people like reply to and
absolutely.
not reply to. You kind of
Even when
sometimes when
I
you're
do that though, I don't know what it is. It's just I always have like the second guessing. Like I'll write it down and be like, "Yep, I did it." But then I always question myself, like, "Do I have to do this?" It's hard. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you know you did it, but you feel like you're forgetting something.
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, Keith, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention today, my friend?
Um, Not really, no. Yeah, if people want to check out some of the songs that I have out in my album, it's if you go onto Bandcamp and search for Keith McLoughlin, you can find my album, which is called The Collaborations. It's also in Tower Records in Dawson Street in Dublin and Ireland as well, and I also have it on CD World Ireland as well. So there's a few sites that I have my album up. If people want to check it out, and yeah, there's 10 songs. Well, there's actually 11 songs on the album, but one of the songs is on it twice because one of them is there's an acoustic version and the full version of the song. So uh, there's different songs on the album and stuff as well, and we've different artists on it as well. So apart from me singing, I have Melissa Jane Carroll, Denise Brennan, Chris Short, Olivia Burke, James Daly, Rachel Green. So there's a couple of guest singers on the album, and I've been very lucky with some of the friends because Chris Short and James Daly, and also Grace O'Donnell and Gillian Shute, they wrote a lot of the songs with me and stuff. And
Mhm.
then Rowan, Al, and David at Bearford Studios as well. They recorded all the songs with us as well. So I just wanted to thank everyone for their help in putting it all together. And we also did a gig as well at the end of at the 5th of January. We did a gig as well in the Workman's, so we had a great night. And yeah, some of those artists were there playing the songs, and I got to perform as well, so it was really great. So if people want to check it out, just search for me on the net, and they should be able to find me and stuff as well.
Keith, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show today's Best Country Mix. It was awesome having you, and keep up the good work. You're doing great stuff.
All right, thanks, Kayden. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, all right?